What's cracking, movie trivia Schmoedown fans? It's your boy C-Dub, and today we got in the semifinals KO Mike Kalinowski taking on the Demon Damon. Damon's been on quite a run in the IG, racking up points for the rock stars, and it's been impressive to watch. KO has also been impressive coming back in this tournament. This is going to be a great match, but I got to ride with my boy KO on this one. Love me some corruption, so let's get it started.
Ladies and gentlemen, to the movie trivia Schmoedown. I am hyped up as this is the last of the semifinals. The winner gets to play Chance Ellison, that's right, of Corruption in the finals. Joining me as always, Mark Baby Carrots Ellis. Mark, what a tournament it's been so far. There have been some surprises. The biggest surprise, obviously, is that the Cobra, Chance Ellison, is in the finals, but now one of those guys who was favored to make it all the way is Mike Kalinowski, his team partner. On the other side of that, however, is the reigning Star Wars champion, undefeated in the Inner Geekdom division, and that is Alex, the Demon Damon.
That's right, Christian. In the early 70s when this tournament began, we looked at all these factions with all these great players, and it all boils down to possibly one faction having a little bit of a civil skirmish, if you will. But not so fast, says Alex Damon, who has really been on fire since jumping from the Star Wars League. He still is obviously the champion there. And then he says, you know what, I know a little something about these hobbits and about these muggles, and he shows it all the way to the semifinals. But Christian, as impressive as Damon has been so far, he's going up against his tallest task yet. If Mike Kalinowski's Goliath, I think Alex Damon is hoping he's got a sling for him.
I'm glad you bring that up because look, this is one of the, I'm not gonna lie, this is one of the reasons I really miss live events, because this is a live event, main event in any city in the country. Anywhere you go, Damon versus Kalinowski is a main event, and the fact that we still have it here in this tournament, in this digital tournament, it's incredible, and you guys are getting it here today. But the thing is, you know, you mentioned civil war between Kalinowski and Chance. Should it happen? I don't know, because the thing is, if Kalinowski wins here today, Corruption's guaranteed points in the finals. They're guaranteed points. If they win here today, they get either 3 or 4 points, depending on the outcome, and then they automatically are going to get another 3 or 4 points because someone in that faction is going to win in the finals. So this is a massive win for them, especially after Laura Kelly came oh so close in the Star Wars tournament. They're just behind. They made a nice run here, but they're a little behind the Finstock Exchange trying to get first place.
Yeah, I mean, ironically, if anybody can take a note out of Chance's playbook as to how to maybe pull an upset over somebody favored over you, it's Alex Damon here today. And so while I think that if it is an all-corruption finals, they're going to part still the best of friends, Chance and Mike, you can't say the same for Roxy and Shannon after today's match, because the managers here, we got our own stew brewing over on that stove.
Well, if you've been watching social media, you can see it. Roxy Stryer was Mike Kalinowski's first manager when he came in with the league, and he blamed her for a lot of this stuff, and she said, you didn't even let me manage you, dude. What do you want me to do? And you've seen what Roxy has been able to do. She took the Odd Couple to teams championships. They have not been on great terms during the Schmoedown. They are constantly bickering with one another, but they haven't really gotten to this. They're facing each other, and here they are. This is big because Alex Damon has been the rock star on the Rock Stars. You look at all the points that he's brought to them. She knows it. She drafted him for the Star Wars Championship, knowing that he was going to compete in Inner Geekdom, and I'm sure she knew he was going to do well, but I don't know if anybody knew he would do this well.
Oh, yeah, he's the LaDainian Tomlinson of yesteryear's fantasy draft, or Lamar Jackson maybe this season. But, Christian, when you say you miss live events, you know how much I miss the stage. Are you really wearing pants right now, though? Because you know you have to wear those on stage. In your studio, you probably have pajama bottoms on. Tell me I'm wrong.
At first, when you said pants on, I was like, he's wrong, I do have pants on. And then when you said pajama pants, I said, I can't argue with it.
I got my basketball shorts, but nevertheless, we are raring to go, and boy, are the competitors and their respective managers. Let's take a look at the pre-show frivolity right now.
Now you want to talk, man. We came back and I didn't want to do this after our last time. Oh, I don't want to hear that. I need to do my own thing and take care of this. Man, all right, just relax. Don't tell me what to do, man. You know what? See, we're a league we're not. I'm a league of my own, man.
I'm fully confident that he's going to be able to take this all the way. Look what he's done so far and how he grows every time. 2 perfect round 2s in a row.
Hello there, Alex. Roxy, I want to wish you guys a hearty congratulations so far on these 2 victories you've gotten in my IG tournament right now. My IG tournament.
And your winner!
I got the kid that's coming from the kiddie pool into my league. This kid is coming into my house.
Mike Kalinowski is easily my greatest challenge yet in this division. He is a champion. I have nothing but respect for him. Can I beat him? Yes, I can.
That freaking Damon. Well done.
And so far, Matt's done okay. But I think we're all curious to see what happens when he faces a more well-rounded, more versatile champion.
April O'Neil? You don't know all those names and you think it's Catwoman? Get the hell out of my Intergeekdom League.
But the force is with me today, as it has been this entire tournament. Someone has to stand in the way of corruption. And right now, I feel like I could take on the whole empire myself.
This is where it ends, my friend. This is where it ends for you. You had a nice little run. You're gonna take me to my heart, pal. Can't wait to see you again, Rox. Just like old times. Just like old times, Ruby.
The drama, you knew it was going to be there. You knew of everything. I mean, you saw the split when Kalinowski left in that post interview all those years ago when he became KO, when he left the league, and when he left Roxy out to dry because Roxy's okay. Roxy was managing him, and then she had no team, and then the Odd Couple came along. You see what happened here. She's one of the best managers in the league now. So and then Shannon obviously taking cracks at Roxy. It's drama personified, and we're looking forward to seeing how it all plays out. All right. So speaking of said managers from the Rockstars, Roxy Stryer and manager of corruption, the queen herself, Shannon Barney. I don't know if I've ever had you guys on a stream together on this side, especially competing against one another. Shannon, let's start with you here. Mike Kalinowski, obviously, we know the relationship that you two have and what has happened over his career in the Schmoedown. Any words with Roxy, his first manager here today, potentially, competing and knowing some secrets?
I mean, she tried. Got to give her credit for that, and not much else to say.
All right, Roxy?
I did try. I tried to be his manager, and he wouldn't let me because he's so full of himself, and the only person he wants in his corner is somebody he sucks face with. So, I'm pretty glad that Shannon and I are doing this via the interwebs. I think it's probably a better thing we're not in the same room.
Wow. Okay, so you bring up the interweb and you bring up modern technology, but Roxy, I mean, I think is it fair to say that you may be at a managerial disadvantage simply because of training? You have had to work remotely with Alex and putting him through his paces, while Shannon has the advantage of having, an in-town player she's managing. So is there some sort of disadvantage, or is the scale pretty even?
For sure there's a disadvantage. Am I somebody who's going to sit here and complain about that? No, because Alex Damon is a champion, and he does whatever it takes to be a champion, so he isn't going to rely on any kind of narrative like, well, because I'm out of town. Yes, Shannon and Mike live not just in town, in a bubble together, and they can enjoy that little bubble and study all they want, but when you're going up against a champion who is able to hold a belt longer than any other champion can, then you're in trouble no matter what city you live in.
Shannon, this is another big match here. Corruption has a chance to make it to the finals against one another. This Alex Damon was not supposed to be here, but everybody knows how great of a competitor he has shown in this preparation. Have you taken him lightly? Do you already think Mike's in the finals? How are you prepping for the Demon?
We're going to see how this goes, just like the rest of you. We are not underestimating the Demon. We're very glad to have Matt Damon on this match right now. And the thing is, everyone in this tournament has been great. So he's really nothing special. So it's not underestimating. It's not overestimating. He's just another competitor we need to get through so we can go on a nice little corruption vacation. And Roxy, you talk a lot, but you're not saying much.
The lack of respect when she can't even get a champion's name right shows you where she is right now. Matt Damon's on this stream. I'm pretty sure we'd be getting a lot more views if we had Matt Damon here. Alex Damon is the champion and is the person to play. So, Shannon, thanks for showing me how much you really care about this game. Really shows.
And where it counts. This is IG, honey.
All right, well, look, I expected nothing less. Thank you so much to both Corruption and to Roxy from the Rockstars. Mark, are you ready to go?
Matt Damon versus Ben Affleck. I like those apples, Christian.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown.
Yeah!
3 rounds in the semifinals of the Inner Geekdom tournament. Introducing first, representing the Rockstars with a record of 3 wins, no defeats in the Inner Geekdom division. He is the reigning movie trivia Schmoedown Star Wars division champion of the world, Alex the Demon. Damon, what a run it has been, my friend. You have been just doing so much so the power of the force just blew Mark off of his chair. How are you feeling going into this match here against Mike Kalinowski? Easily your biggest challenge in the Inner Geekdom division.
For sure. I mean, I'm excited. I've been having fun this whole time, and that's what I'm here to do. Just have fun yelling out nerdy answers and talking about now things that I don't get to talk about as often as I'd like. I mean, I'm still hoping one day I'll get to answer an Indiana Jones question, but going through all these matches in this tournament has been, I feel like I'm just hanging on for dear life, but I'm hanging in there. Every break I get, like, there's another slice of that wheel that I now consider to be a strength, and it's just going to happen every time, so we'll see if it holds up today.
Yeah, Alex, it just seems like you're just enjoying this kind of Cinderella journey you're on. Obviously, you have a championship on your mantle, but you just seem like you're just enjoying the moment as opposed to really worrying about who you're playing or how much knowledge you have. Do you think that mentality is going to give you an advantage over somebody who you know takes this stuff so seriously, like a Mike Kalinowski?
I hope so, because I kind of need that. I mean, he is an Inner Geekdom champion, so I know in my mind that this is the biggest task I've ever had to handle. And yeah, I'm not taking it lightly, but I am trying to make sure I enjoy it while it lasts.
Last question for you, Alex, is before we bring Mike in. You've seen all the drama go down between, the past relationship that Roxy and Mike have had. Obviously, we know that Shannon always tries to get into her competitors' opponents' heads. Has any of that talk online, has any of the stuff from Shannon and Mike, has any of that fazed you at all, or it's business as usual?
It's business as usual. I mean, I'm a Star Wars YouTuber. I get yelled at all the time.
Fair enough. All right, he is Alex Damon, 3-0, the Star Wars champion. All right, Alex, gonna just take you out here for a moment. And his opponent, representing Corruption, with a record of 8 wins, 5 defeats, and 2 knockouts. He is the former 2-time movie trivia Schmoedown Inner Geekdom champion of the world, Mike the Killer Kalinowski. thought you would make it to the semifinals here. First question is it something special to be playing in this match knowing, should you win, you're playing your team partner, who you have a team's title match with, not too far from the distant future?
You asked me a lot of questions there. I got a lot going on in my mind. What I did usually when I do these things is I sit in the waiting room and I listen. I like to listen in. I found this delightful button. I've got the mutant button on my microphone here, so I don't have to listen to Roxy talk. Because I knew it was going to blow out of her mouth, hot air as usual. So I'm in a good headspace. She's we put me here. We got chance. I mean, this Intergeekdom tournament to me, it's kind of like, I came back. I've been doing great. It's what I wanted to do. But for me, it's chance, man. Look at this kid. It's all icing on the cherry on the top. It's the icing on the cake. It's all that after this. Chance did what everyone didn't think he could do. He's on the other side. He took care of his business. I'm taking care of my business on this side. We knew this was going to happen. We knew IG, that was my strength. Chance came out of nowhere with his strengths, playing phenomenal. This is win-win for us. I mean, come on now. What do we got here? I'm happy to be part of this kid's little boy's Cinderella story he's got going on here. This is cute.
Okay, but Mike, I do have to ask you. Christian asked you about your future. I'm going to ask you about your past.
Okay.
Any regrets with how the situation between you and your then manager Roxy went down? Anything, if you could go back in time and change what went down, would you do anything differently?
Marcus Ellis, let me tell you this, my friend. Because there's a difference pre-Roxy and post-Roxy. With Roxy, Mikey had 0 belts. Post-Roxy, Mikey has 3 belts. Yeah, that speaks for itself. I was beltless with her, and I'm 3 belts since her, whatever you want to call it. I didn't even call it management, what she did with me. It wasn't even management. It was like showing up and looking pretty. So the results speak for themselves, my friend. I hope that answers your question. I feel no regrets. I wouldn't go back in time. I was stuck on a losing team. I was stuck with people that didn't want to play. I trimmed the fat, as they were to say. I trimmed the fat, and I've been playing better than ever last year. I'm coming back strong as ever this year. What do I got? 3 wins so far. I played 3 matches. I've won 3 games. That's win-win in my book, my friends. I'm living life. I'm having a great time.
All right, well, the last question here before we start this.
Another question? What do you got for me? Come on. Am I paid by the question here?
I'm so sorry. Listen,
what do you got? What's this?
Alex Damon, though.
Yeah, Alex Damon.
He did make it, and some people thought it was Brandon Hanna. It's not. It's Alex Damon, and here he is. He's the Star Wars champion. This man has not lost a professional Schmoedown match since 2017.
Holy crap. Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. You know what? It's Hannah's loss, and I know exactly what happened watching that match. It was that challenge on the Green Hornet, which was a dumb challenge, but I saw it. I've been there because it got in his head, and that was the rest of the match for that kid. I really thought I was going to be playing him. I'm playing Hannah now, playing Damon now. So here's an interesting thing. Damon comes into this. I've seen him play. I know his Star Wars. It was stupid for him to do Middle Earth, the Patreon match. That was stupid because if he was in this match against me, he spins opponent's choice. I give him Middle Earth because I'm like, there's no way this kid knows this. He played all his cards. He played his cards. I know he was great at Middle Earth, so I'm not playing that anymore with this kid. He's got an Indiana Jones. He's got the Ark of the Covenant in the background there, so I know Indy's a strength of his. I know that's not a slice, but this kid's laying all his cards on the table here. So what I like about this, it's a fair match now because I've played enough. This kid knows what I am and what I'm not. So the cards are on the table. There's no surprises. This kid has played his strengths. He's spun his strengths. He got Middle Earth. He got Star Trek. I want to see this kid how he does with something he's not good at. That's going to show how good an Intergeekdom player he is. So, here we go. Here we go. Did that answer that question?
Thank you so much, Mike.
You got it, champ.
Appreciate having the time. All right, let's move Mike out there for a second. We bring back in Alex, and there is Mike, the Killer Kalinowski.
There he is.
All right.
There he is.
So let us get to the rules of round number 1 of this semifinals match here, Mark.
Round number 1, all Van Dam questions. Little curve.
Van Dam-tastic.
I'm being told that's not the case today, unfortunately.
Not 2014.
My suggestion did not pass.
No.
I left it in the comment box. Here we go, your round number 1 rules. Each competitor, the field itself, is going to hear 10 questions from 10 different corners of Intergeekdom. Movie, trivia, Schmoedown, know-how. Each question is worth 1 point. There is no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing, at least not in round number 1. As soon as you hear a question, you have 15 seconds to answer. If you're not sure of the answer, maybe you can use a JTE rule. You have 3 of those throughout the match. That'll buy you another 15 seconds to get the answer from the back of your head to the front of your head. You also each have 1 challenge to be issued by your manager. You may suggest it, they have to ratify it, and at that point, you may lose your challenge because you only have one of them. Christian, challenges have been one of the big storylines of this tournament. Will it play in today? Boy, do we hope not.
You ain't lying. We've always been on the same page, but we're dancing on the same page right now. All right, so we start with the former two-time champ, Mike Kalinowski. Are you ready?
My friend, I am ready to go.
All right. Damon, are you ready?
Ride for ruin.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown. Round number one, question number one. The first one, guys, comes from the MCU. Here's your question. In Iron Man, Phil Coulson says that the S in SHIELD stands for what?
Christian, you know what I did a shot of this morning?
Milk?
Malort.
Oh, God, you were not here.
Strategic.
5, 4, it's like garbage. 3,
On an empty stomach.
1, pens down, hands up, and Mike?
Strategic.
Yes, and Alex?
Strategic.
1 to 1. Question 2.
Question 2, this is in the category of Star Wars. My favorite movies. In what film in the Star Wars universe will you find Han Solo saying, "I've got a good feeling about this"?
Oh, smack.
Well, I don't know.
If Alex gets this wrong, is the game over?
You can have my belt.
Okay, thank you.
5, 4, 3,
Solo, a Star Wars story.
1. Pens down, please. Alex, for the Star Wars Championship.
Solo, a Star Wars story.
Yes, Solo would have been fine.
Are you going to challenge me on this? I said solo.
No, Solo's fine.
Okay. There's some people in this league that would play that card, so
I
you
know.
know.
I know. That's okay. Solo's fine. Next question is in the realm of Middle-earth. Here we go. In The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey, Gandalf recruits Bilbo to the Dwarf Company under the pretense of Bilbo being the group's official what?
I will say, I did enjoy the Mario Van Peebles solo movie in the 90s. I rented it.
Oh, yeah.
Good action movie. Good action movie.
And you get 5. You should compete in this league. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and Mike.
He's their burglar.
He is. And Alex.
Burglar.
Okay, 3-3. 3-3. And next question, Mark.
Your next question is in the world of DC movies. And your question: who directed the 1995 film Batman Forever? Cut to a young Mark Ellis mowing lawns left and right to get enough money to go see this
Joel
movie
Schumacher.
on opening day.
5. I just snuck in. 4, 3, 2.
Worked at the theater.
All right, pens down, and Alex.
Did my best with the spelling. Joel Schumacher.
That's fine. And Mike.
Rest in peace, Joel Schumacher.
That is absolutely correct on both accounts. 4-4. Next question is question number 5. This is Marvel. In the 2000 film Elektra, which actor plays Stick?
All right, from Batman Forever to Elektra, 2 of the classics.
Terrence
like,
Stamp.
Torture. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, Mike.
Terrence Stamp.
Yes, Alex.
Terrence Stamp.
We have tie game. 5-5. Damon and Kalinowski going head to head as we get to our next question. Question 6, Mark.
They're perfect halfway through round number 1. If they maintain this amazing pace, they're going to be asked a bonus question, also worth 1 point. We move on to the Wizarding World. And the question:
I like the way you said
in
it.
Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, what broom model did Lucius Malfoy buy for the entire Slytherin Quidditch team? I always thought that kid was kind of a D, but I mean, he bought him for everybody on the team.
Then
That's
this
He was
3,000.
showing off his loot. And
rich.
yeah, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, Alex.
Nimbus 2001.
That is correct. And Mike.
Nimbus 2001.
6-6. Back and forth they go as we get to question number 7. Star Trek. All right, Star Trek. Who played the villainous Krall, K-R-A-L-L, in Star Trek Beyond?
Not to be confused with Krull
Idris
No,
Elba,
wanted to make sure.
not Alba.
Your favorite space fantasy?
Yes. And here
I've
we
never
go.
changed.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. And Mike.
Idris Elba.
Yes. Thank you for spelling it correct.
Did I spell it right?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Idris Elba with an E.
Jesus, I was like, oh Christ, here we go.
Thank you.
Here we go.
I'd just like to give a big FU to the writers for that question. All right. next question.
I find it humorous. Your next question, gentlemen, is in the world of the DCEU, the extended universe of DC. In Suicide Squad, when Deadshot tells Flag to work on his team motivation, what famous real-life coach does he say is the gold standard in this? And I would like to thank the writer for this question, Christian.
Yeah, I know you would.
It's a good query.
And so it's there for you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. And Alex?
Tony Robbins?
It's incorrect. Mike?
Triangle, bitch. Phil Jackson.
That is correct. 8-7. Mike Kalinowski takes the lead here, won by 1 point over Alex. So only
Sports is not my thing either, so I'm proud of myself for that one.
Mike Kalinowski going up by 1 as we get to the 9th question. Mike's still perfect here. Alex trying to stay 1 point behind. Heroes and villains. Heroes and villains. Who plays Peyton Westlake? A brilliant scientist who was left for dead and burned alive in 1990's Darkman.
That doesn't sound like fun, does it, Christian?
Certainly doesn't.
Wow. You know, we try to keep a clean show here, but the private chat, that's another show entirely.
Liam Neeson.
Oh, nice job. I didn't see that. I wish I wouldn't. 5, 4,
Wasn't me.
2, 1. Pens down, please. And Mike Kalinowski.
Liam Neeson.
That is correct. And Alex?
Liam Neeson.
Okay, so Alex keeps himself within 1 point on the former two-time champ as it is 9-8. However, Mike Kalinowski has an opportunity here to get all these questions right and go for the bonus question. Should he hit it? All right, Mark, question number 10.
A lot of preamble for that, and it all leads to mixed bag. Let's reach our hands in there and see if we've heard of this movie. Who voices the villainous Syndrome in 2004's The Incredibles? Good final question there. See who's
I
got a
believe
bonus.
it's
We're going to
Jason
find out. Only
Lee.
one's going to get a bonus if he gets it right. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Alex?
Jason Lee?
That's correct, Mike.
Jason Lee.
Perfect round for Mike Kalinowski. So this is how this works here. Mike, you don't need to write this down. You just need to answer it. This is for you and only you to go up by 1 more point. Are you ready for your last bonus question?
Yes, sir.
Here you go. Who plays the villain? Silk and Floss, the
Scarlett
octopus assistant in
Johansson.
2008's The Spirit.
Scarlett Johansson.
For 1 more point. Mike Kalinowski goes up by 2 here as we see ourselves 11-9. The former champ taking a 2-point lead over the reigning Star Wars champion. All right, going to bring you guys in here too, and we're going to start, Mark, round number 2. What are the rules?
Round number 2, the rules work as thus. It's the wheel round, the wheel of destiny, doom, and justice. Each competitor gets a spin at that wheel. Once they settle on a category, they're going to be asked 5 questions in said genre of inner geekdom goodies. Each question is worth 2 points. No penalty for missing a question. However, stealing is available in round number 2, as I'm sure you gentlemen know. So, if you're not sure of the answer, ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which we promise is the correct answer. I'll remind each competitor that they have all their JTE rules remaining, and they have all their challenges remaining. So, Christian, what's going to happen now is Mike Kalinowski, because he does take a 2-point perfect game into the second round, he is going to consult with his manager first and see if they want to spin or defer to the Demon.
All right, we're going to drop off Roxy and Alex here.
Is Roxy high right now? Look at her.
No, just your face. You do this like jiggly puff that you like.
This thing?
Like, when you answer questions, you guys look at his face like,
That Roxy?
actually an annoying face.
Can we drop Roxy out of the chat on the side too? I've got the standard Roxy comments up. You're great, Alex. You're great, Alex. You've got this.
Roxy, I'm gonna remove you here for a second.
Alex, I'm sorry, buddy, for her. I apologize.
All right. So let's talk to Shannon.
Hey, babe.
And you got 60 seconds starting now.
All right, so, perfect game doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything at this point. Still, we get Star Wars, he could get, Middle Earth, we're still in this. He's still in this. I'm going to spin first. That's what we always do. I'm not going to change from it. What do you think?
I was just gonna say, typically we would say ladies first, but we all know chivalry's dead. So let's go ahead and take that wheel. Let's go.
Yes, guys, spin first, please.
All right, here we go. Here's the first spin. Here it is.
All right, round and round it goes. Christian, a little lagging on that button to get Roxy Stryer out of the meeting.
And we see ourselves with heroes and villains. Heroes and villains. Do you like 60 seconds to decide?
Yeah. Babe, we talked about this. I'm feeling good with that one. But it's just the broad category. They're not going to go deep. I think we could do better, What do you think?
Do better. Indy, what do you think?
What do we have on our sheet? What did we talk about before? We spin away from this, right?
Yeah, we can do better.
All right, we'll do better. We'll try better.
All right, here we go. Well, let's try to do better here, and here it is.
All right, and we'll give Molly a chance to say hi to Indy. Say hi, Molly. Say hi.
So we find ourselves at the MCU.
All right.
Beautiful. Gonna drop Shannon out there. We're gonna bring back Alex. All right, Mike, you get 5 questions in the realm of the MCU.
Okay.
Question number 1. Here you go. What is the name of the Kree homeworld in Captain Marvel?
Hala.
Correct. 2 points. Question 2. In Captain America Civil War, what company is Stan Lee a delivery man for in his cameo?
He's got a package for Mr. Stank. He's a FedEx delivery man.
That's correct, he is. All right.
Mr. Stank here.
That's true. Question 2. Question 3. The opening scene of Ant-Man, in which Hank Pym resigns from S.H.I.E.L.D., takes place in what year?
1990?
That was the year of my favorite movie that came out. It was 1989.
That's correct.
Batman would be my favorite film of all time.
2 more points. All right, so Mike, 2 more questions here. 2 more questions. All right, Mark, I don't know. You're not answering these questions, but Mike will. Here's question 3.
Question 4?
Question 4, right?
Question 4. Question 4. What is the full name of the character played by Rebecca Hall in Iron Man 3?
Maya Hansen.
Maya Hansen.
That's correct. 2 more points for Mike Kalinowski. Here's your last one. Here it is. All right, Mike. At the start of Infinity War, Thanos has which Infinity Stone in his possession?
Stone. The Power Stone. The Power Stone.
Five.
Is the Power Stone.
That's correct for 2 more points. Mike Kalinowski, perfect round. Goes up by 21 to 9. 21 to 9. Gonna drop Mike out here as we now bring back Roxy Stryer. Roxy, you got 60 seconds here to talk to Alex Damon going into round 2, starting now.
Alex, even Mike himself said a perfect game doesn't mean anything. We know what's going to happen here. This is going to be based on round 3. You've got this. Stay level-headed like you always do. I don't need to tell you. You're the Yoda. You've got this going on. And I have all the faith in the world in you. Also, Mike is the most basic batch of all time with MCU. Oh my god, do you love MCU? Have you seen like all the MCU movies, Mike? Have you? Are they amazing? Tell me about them. The worst. Alex, you're incredible. You're a champion and you've got this hands down.
Fair enough. All right, let's get that wheel up there. Here it is. Okay, Alex, here's your first spin.
I would love to see Alex spin MCU right now, Chris.
Well, it didn't matter. We wouldn't have to spin away from it anyway. But
You would slay it no matter.
that's close. It's the DCEU. Keep going. Keep going. I'd love to get away from that.
Well, we would have been fine, but we just have to agree.
There's the spin away from it. And whatever lands on here, he's going to have to take.
Back around, Christian.
Sexy,
You see,
man. Great.
you don't get DCEU, you got DC. All right, Roxy, going to remove you here. I'm going to bring back Mike. All right, Alex, you're going to get 5 questions in the realm of the DC universe. All right, Mark, what do you got?
DC, where the Ellis family's from. That's not going to be on the test. What is movies in the DC universe. And Alex, your first one. In Teen Titans Go to the Movies, who voices Robin?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Greg Sipes, B, Scott Menville, C, Carrie Payton, or D, Eric Bauza?
Eric Bauza? No, Scott Menville.
D.
You said D?
D, yeah.
That is incorrect. So for the steal, Mike, in Teen Titans Go to the Movies,
Scott
who voices
Menville.
Robin? Is it A, Greg Sipes, B, Scott Menville, C, Carrie Payton, or D, Eric Bauza?
B?
B as in boy is correct. For a point, Scott Menville is the answer.
It's a big steal from Mike right now. Alex needs all the points he can get here as we get into our next question.
All right, Alex, back to you for 2 points. In The Dark Knight, the Joker says he prefers to use a knife on his victims because with guns, you can't savor all the little what?
Emotion. You can't savor all the little
Emotions.
Big 2-point comeback pitch for Alex Damon, Christian.
All right, question number 3, Mark. Here we go. Question number 3.
And we're back for 2 points, Alex. In the world of DC, in Constantine, before committing suicide, Isabel says a word that only her sister noticed on a security tape. What was the word?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, please, B, Constantine, C, help, or D, repent?
Repent.
Repent.
That is incorrect. So for a 1-point steal, Mike,
Please?
your question again. In Constantine, before committing suicide, Isabel says a word that only her sister noticed on a security tape. What was the word? Was it A, please, B, Constantine, C, help,
Please.
or D, repent?
I'm gonna go help.
And we're actually looking for Constantine. Title of the movie, it's right there.
All right, so no steal there. But right now, we see ourselves with a 22-11 lead by Mike Kalinowski as we get to question number 4.
Alrighty, question number 4. Your penultimate question in DC, Alex. Which actor plays Edward Nygma's boss, Fred Stickley, who was thrown out of a window to his death in Batman Forever?
Shit.
Give me multiple choice.
Alright. Is it A,
Ed
Renee
Begley
Auberjonois, B, Ed Begley Jr., C, John Glover, or
Ed
D, Paul
Begley
Gleason?
Jr.
Ed Begley Jr.
That's a point for Alex Damon.
It is. So, Alex Damon, if he doesn't get this next question right, and Mike doesn't get it, a steal, he's okay. However, if Mike gets a steal, then the match will be over via KO. So here is the next question, Mark.
Alrighty. And it's your last one in round number 2. In Watchmen, the original Minutemen superhero team formed during what year?
$1957.
4, 3.
I'm gonna go multiple choice.
Alright. Is it A, 1937, B, 1939, C, 1941, or D, 1943?
1941?
That is incorrect. Mike, for a 1-point steal, your question.
43.
In Watchmen, the original Minutemen superhero team formed during what year? Was it A, 1937, B, 1939, C, 1941, or D, 1943?
43.
And Alex said which number?
Can't tell you that.
Okay,
5.
B.
All right, gonna put you in the waiting room for the moment. Guys, this was I saw this coming. This was a perfect match here for Mike as far as the second round goes. Knockout. Shannon, I mean, you couldn't even expect a knockout, could you?
I can expect anything out of Mike Kalinowski. Are you kidding me? He's a freaking legend.
All right, how do you feel, though? Is it a little satisfying that it comes against the Rock Stars, that this is a KO? You're basically taking them out of this tournament here, and now it's an all-corruption finals as we see Chance versus Mike.
Look, I told you guys, we have been busting our butts. We have been working so hard, and Corruption's ready for a nice little vacation, and we friggin' earned it. Roxy, you can talk all you want, but you're not going to do it in the IG tournament anymore, so you're going to have to find a new place, honey.
Mike, this was a big victory for you.
Yeah, man, I think that's my first IG perfect game. My first perfect game in IG. And I told you I was coming back. I told you guys, everyone in the league was put on notice this year. That's what I did. Every single match I've gotten better and better. That's what I'm doing. I don't feel bad for Alex. He played a great game. This guy's a great IG competitor. He comes here knowing his stuff. He was just another hurdle to get over in this. It's nothing personal against this kid. He's great. He is great. He's a champion and he proves it. It's not against him. This is what I'm doing in this league. I'm coming back for my belt. People doubt me. I told at the beginning of this year I'm putting everyone on notice. Now you've got Chance and I, the two of us, in the finals together. We have done it. We have done this. This is phenomenal. I've got the best manager in the business on this, on my side. I got the best teammates doing 5-hour study sessions. That proves it right there. Perfect damn game. KO. That's why they call me Mike KO Kalinowski.
All right, well, you mentioned your manager, and maybe is the best in the business, and maybe your teammates are the best in the business, but you're going up against that manager, too, and against one of those teammates. So, Mike, how did the tactics now change as far as your preparation for a match? I know you and Chance work closely together leading up to individual matches. How is that going to change in the championship?
Well, Mark, this is how it's going to change, buddy. Well, normally I sit here very intent, and I sit here with my book and everything. You know, I'm going to sit this time when I'm doing my study sessions with Chance like this. Feet up, I'm gonna kick back, and I'm gonna relax. It doesn't matter who wins. Corruption's gonna win.
Well, I don't know. I'm gonna call BS on that, Mike.
Oh, what you got? What you got this time? Let's hear this.
You well that you know that right around the corner. If you not only we know that right now because you get 4 points. Now you've picked up 7 points here with this win because now one of you guys is going to win for those finals, and that's 7 points for Corruption. So that's big.
Yeah, it's huge.
Let's not forget that the winner of the finals goes on to play either Smets or Chance. That is a shot at redemption for you to get your belt back. You're going to tell me that it doesn't matter who wins? I'm not buying it.
Well, Christian, you gotta look at this. Like, I gotta take myself, and a lot of people don't like to think about this with me, but I can be selfless. I can be without ego. People think I'm all ego. They think my whole body is all ego. It's about Corruption. It's about winning. Yes, do I want to go against Smets? But you know what? Smets cut me, and I bled. I bled hard. I bled all over that damn stage. I limped off that stage with the amount he cut me in that match. You know, and you know Star Wars, and we talk about the Jedi and their mentors and masters and Padawans, and what's the highest form of a mentor? What he feels is when his Padawan surpasses him. So if Chance were to surpass me, I'd feel nothing but adulation for that kid. Because I know he wants to be a champion. He's got the heart of a champion because I'm a champion. If he gets it, because I told you he was going to be a champion by the end of this year. I said it was going to be singles. It might be team. That might be IG now. But it's going to be a great match. It's going to be a great match. His knowledge is insane. My knowledge is insane. It's going to come up to those one slip-ups. It's going to be, but the fans win. You know, it doesn't matter. Fans win.
Shannon, are you torn here? Like, I know that it's obviously the easy answer is of course. Corruption it's an all Corruption finals point wise. Then this is the happiest you can be. But one of these guys is not going to be playing for the championship. Is that just something you guys got to deal with?
I mean, what do we look like, the Finstock Exchange? Like we're gonna cry about it and cause drama over it? This is the best situation for Corruption. I'm picturing myself right now not on the internet, playing this game, trying to have this internal struggle between Mike and Chance, and oh my God, who's gonna win? I'm on a beach somewhere, we're all sitting down having a nice tanning session, playing a friendly game of cornhole, and at the end of it, we're all just gonna crack open an ice cold beer and laugh because we're better than all of you.
Wow. All right. Well, either way, somebody from Corruption is getting an Intergeekdom title shot, and they're going to the finals. So,
You're damn right.
congratulations to Mike Kalinowski.
Thank you, boys. Thank you, boys.
Gonna put you in the waiting room here. Gonna bring in Roxy Schreier, Damon.
Sorry, I'm just like choking still on the amount of BS that was just spoon-fed to us by Mike Kalinowski.
Explain it.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. You don't care who wins. Oh, it's okay. It's okay, Jigglypuff. If he wins, it's no worries. Oh my God. Please.
I gotta ask you, Rox. I know you well enough. Did this? It really seems that this personal thing with Mike may have gotten into your head a little bit. Did it bother you?
A match today?
Just in general, it just seems like it really bothered you to even be in a virtual room with Mike Kalinowski.
Listen, I don't like his face,
Oh,
and I don't like what he does. I don't like what he stands for. Whether it's me or my faction mate, we all know. We've watched him through the years. You think he's as excited for Chance to win as he is for himself to win? If he believes that lie, then really we have a bigger problem.
All right, go ahead, Mark.
Alex, let's talk about the match itself. I mean, you really got slapped with some tough DC questions, and you faced the DC challenge with that wheel with DCU versus DC. You're neck and neck with Mike, leaving round number 1, and then all of a sudden it's just an avalanche that hits you. What do you take away from a match as tough as this one?
I mean, in hindsight, like, I wish I stayed with just DCEU. If I had known that's what I was going to spin next, I would have probably gotten more points there. I've seen them more recently. There's fewer films. So, like, I'm already in my head about, like, what could I have done differently? But I have to admit, this whole tournament, I've been doing really well in round 2. And, I mean, that's because I've been hitting things that I know. And DC is something that clearly I still have as a weak point. So that's going to be filled in by the next time I sit down to play.
Well, that's the question I was going to ask you there, Alex, because you had a hell of a run here. I mean, you're 3-1. There are not a lot of Intergeekdom competitors. I mean, hell, Mike Kalinowski didn't go 3-0 in his first 3 matches in the Intergeekdom division, and it's a stacked division right now. So you did find some success in the Intergeekdom. You went up against Mike Kalinowski here with a defeat, but I guess you just kind of answered our question. So it looks like next season you want to get right back into this thing and play in Intergeekdom.
Oh yeah, I've been having a blast doing this and studying other things, getting into other fandoms. I've been finding that I've been enjoying some other fandoms that I haven't so much in the past. So I'm finding a new appreciation for movies that aren't just in the stars.
Roxy, you gonna say something?
It's just a matter of time. Like, here's the thing. Alex Damon is going to be the IG champion. Period. I know that about him. It's so clear. And yes, was a weakness revealed today? It was. And what does he do when we've revealed weaknesses in the past? Like when we saw him compete live? He fills in those holes. So was this the tournament for him? I mean, he went really, really freaking far, and I'm so proud of him. But clearly this wasn't the one that was going to get him the belt. That doesn't mean he will not be wearing that belt and be double belted at some point. I really believe it's just a matter of time. I am so blessed to have Alex Damon on my team. I don't know what I would do without him, and I was really impressed today. I do a DC show. Those DC questions were so hard. I mean, those were really challenging. That's not me complaining about the question writers. You guys do your job. Just they were very, very challenging questions, and anybody watching this is going to see that. You have no shame in this, Alex. That was a really tough hand you were dealt. It happens in the game all the time, but you were incredible. Round one question missed. I mean, come on. You did an amazing job.
Yeah, Christian, I think I do have to ask this just because I'm sure all the fans are curious. To both Roxy and Alex, I know it's a fresh wound, but now that we have this championship matchup, Chance, Mike, do y'all even watch, or do you just pretend like it's not going to happen? And if you are going to watch, who do you think's going to win?
I watch them all. I mean, I'm like shocked and excited for Chance. I've been friends with him in the Schmoedown for a while, and I've always liked watching Mike compete, and he's got a great story to go back and maybe play against Mets or Chandru and get that belt back. Between the two of them, man, I don't know.
Roxy?
I hope that Chance takes Mike and wipes the frickin' floor with him. Chance is on fire, and good for him. Let's put Mikey to the test, should we? You know, should we see if Mike is really so happy for Chance? He's just so proud that he surpassed him, his partner in crime. Let's see. Let's see once Chance wins how Mike feels about being his partner.
Well, we are going to see, and we're going to also see Alex Damon at the Spectacular defending the Star Wars Movie Trivia Schmoedown Championship and the Cinderella story, the Rocky Balboa of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown, Andres Ace Cabrera, the only 4-0 competitor in the history of Star Wars. You've seen what he's been able to do so far. He upset City as he takes out Ken Knapsack, Laura Kelly, Andrew DeMolanta, and next on that Upset City tour is Alex Damon. How do you feel about going into this match with Andres Cabrera?
I'll start by saying that I like Ace a lot. I thought that what he did in the tournament was amazing, but it does really annoy me that he doesn't have a loss on that record, and I do. So that's something I have to change. I've got 5 months now to focus on nothing but Star Wars, and I already know it better than anyone, so come December, I'm going to be more than ready.
Well, there you go. The Star Wars Movie Trivia Schmoedown champion of the world, Alex the Demon Damon, suffering a loss here, but still, yeah, Rox?
I'm so proud of him. First of all, did you guys just see, like, that was the most amount of crap talk I've ever heard him even say. Like, he is growing and learning the fact that he should own his power. He's one of the greatest players to ever play. This is no exception today. We're going to be double belted so soon it doesn't even matter. Like, Alex Damon, anybody who looks at you and sees anything other than a star is a moron jigglypuff.
Well, there you go. Both Roxy Stryer and Alex the Demon Damon. We'll see more of Roxy very, very soon here as the singles tournament is right around the corner, coming up really, really soon. Thank you guys.
I'll see you then, Shannon.
Thank you. All right, so, and as I mentioned, Mark, the singles tournament we do have, and July 31st, that's coming up real soon. Ethan, Big Time Irwin, going up against John, the Outlaw Roca. It is the #1 contender match. That is going to be on pay-per-view. If you want to get it, if you're a patron on Patreon, you go to the $10 tier, you will automatically get it, or you can get it for $4.99 on the schmoedownlive.com. It's available for purchase now. And on the undercard, you get that big teams match between Final Exam and Deep 13. So it's a big, massive card here, doubleheader on that event, July 31st. Check that out. And then obviously after all these big pay-per-views that we have, then you get the singles tournament. Mark, 36 competitors, 4 play-in matches. The winner gets a shot of whoever the champion might be at the end of this big run. A lot of stuff happening, my friend, in the world of the Schmoedown.
Hey, the bigger the number, whether it's competitors, managers, questions, it all means good things. For you, the fans watching, if you caught any of the live Twitch shows that we did, the tournament, the Star Wars tournament that we crowned live on July 8th, you're going to want to be there in the building July 31st. It's going to be a big time event. You can watch it right from the comfort of your own home, wearing pants like Christian is, wearing shorts like I am, or wearing nothing at all. We really don't care.
We don't, but we do care that you guys can get this anytime you want. If you want it on audio, you just go to either Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you want. Check out the Schmoedown, and you can get these matches and listen to them in your car, wherever you want. And there's also a lot of other shows. Backstage is on Tuesdays. On for every Saturday morning, you have the Schmoedown Rundown with Frank Janish and Brad Gilmore. So please, download, leave us a rate and a comment, do all that stuff. So thank you. For Mark Ellis, I'm Christian Harloff. We'll see you for the finals next week. It's an all-corruption final. Mike, the Killer Kalinowski, facing his team's partner, the Cobra, Chance Ellison, in the finals. The winner will face the champion at the Schmoedown Spectacular. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.
Well, KO came, he saw, and he conquered. That was a dominating performance by Kalinowski. A perfect game, like Chance did against Parker. and we get an all corruptions finals. This is gonna be something. I don't know who to root for here. I love both competitors, but it's gonna be something special in that finals. I love all the smack talk between Shannon and Mike and Roxy. So damn entertaining. Fun match this was, despite it being a KO. If you like my reactions, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Christopher Woodburn. You can find me on Twitter, ChrisWoodburn83, Facebook, Christopher Michael Woodburn. So until next time, Mr. Boy C-Dub, peace.